Are you a type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic looking to lower your blood sugar naturally but quickly? And this is the video for you. Why am I qualified to talk about this? Well, my name is John Collett, and in March 2018, I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and within 6 months, I managed to reverse my condition naturally or put it into remission, and I want to help you do the same. So what are my 7 tips to lower your blood sugar naturally but quickly? Tip 1, you need to start eating real food. What is real food? Well, real food grows out of the ground or grows underground. It swims in the sea or it walks this green earth. Okay, if it looks like food, it's food. If it comes in a box, it's not food. Okay, you got to understand the Western style diet, which is filled with processed foods, are high in processed sugar, saturated fat and salt. It's why as a nation we have a problem with obesity, cholesterol issues, heart issues, because these foods are designed to do one thing and one thing only. That's burn their energy quickly in your body so that you eat more and more of it. It's designed for you to be addicted to it. Processed sugar, when you eat that food, it lights up your brain exactly the same as cocaine. Okay, so when you eat real food, this food burns slowly in your body. It means that you don't feel the need to snack in between meals. It doesn't spike your blood sugar like processed food does. And so what you really need to do is you need to get a bin bag. You need to go to your kitchen right now, stick all those frozen pizzas, ready meals, any chocolate crisps that you've got, you need to throw it all out and you start replacing it with real food. And this is going to be the biggest impact you're going to have on reducing your blood sugar naturally. My second tip is you're going to need to start drinking a lot more water. 2 liters of water at least a day. Our body is made up of 60% water, and the reality is a test was done, and I'm going to read this off here, so bear with me. So it says that you can go 3 weeks without eating, but we can only last 3 to 4 days without water. That's how important water is. So you can't, no more soda, okay? No more squashes, no more orange juice. I know, orange juice, right? That's meant to be healthy for you, right? But the reality is, right, that orange juice is packed full of processed sugar because it's a preservative. It keeps it on the shelf for longer. There's nothing healthy about it. And don't fool yourself really with diet sodas, okay, or sugar-free. They're filled with sweeteners. So yeah, it's sugar-free, but it's got a sweetener in it. And as a result, you really don't want to be drinking too much of that. Look, don't get me wrong. I will drink a no sugar soda occasionally, but it's only occasionally. If I'm going out with friends or whatever, I might drink that because some of the pubs and stuff, you know, they struggle to give you alternatives. So, you know, but as an occasion and a special occasion, that's okay. But as a general rule, you want to stay away from it. Okay. And I'll come on to another benefit of water later on for you in this video. So tip 3, you're going to need to start doing some exercise. That's it. You're going to have to start doing some exercise. I strongly advise you find an exercise that you love and you love doing. It don't have to be just one exercise. It could be a few different exercises. But if you don't enjoy going down the gym, then don't go down the gym. If you don't enjoy running, then don't go running. I love doing DDP yoga. I'm actually an instructor, and we actually teach DDP yoga live 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 7 p.m. And if you want to know more about that, go to our Facebook page, our Type Rhino Facebook page, and go to events, and you will get more information on that. But to find out more about why you should exercise as a type 2 diabetic, because it is a big topic, then click the link above or go to the description below, and there'll be a link to a video of why you should exercise as a type 2 diabetic. And please don't ignore it. It is vitally important. Tip 4, you're going to need to lose weight. Okay, it's essential that you lose weight, even if you're a skinny diabetic. Okay, so let's get into this a second. All right, one of the big causes of type 2 diabetes is fat in our pancreas and our liver. And when we get rid of that fat in our pancreas and our liver, then our body will begin to communicate with itself a lot better. Every time that we get ill, our body will respond better. So one of the signs that you're a type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic is that you don't heal as quick, your bruises take longer, your cuts take longer to heal. And if your body can communicate better with itself, it can send all those lovely white blood cells to deal with those problems when they occur. The reason why sometimes skinny people get type 2 diabetes is normally because they've lived very active life and they eat foods which are very high in carbohydrates to give them energy. And when they stop doing as much exercise, they carry on eating all of those bananas and high carb foods that give them energy. As a result, they build fat in their pancreas and liver. And so by losing weight. Now, if you do the 3 tips that I just gave you, you will lose weight. But this is why you need to lose weight. Tip 5, stop eating your last big meal last thing at night. What happens when we eat a big meal? Our blood sugar levels go up and our body needs to process that food. And then when we go to bed, what happens? Instead of our body resting, our body continues to process that food, digest that food. And as a result, your sleep, it goes all out of sync. You have a restless night. And then when you've had a lack of sleep, what happens the next day? You're highly stressed, okay? You're highly stressed, and stress is a big factor towards type 2 diabetics. Many type 2 diabetics don't even realize how stressed that they've got type 2 diabetes because they're working such a hard work life. They're like working 12, 14-hour days, and it's not until they have a relapse and they end up in hospital do they find out that they're type 2 diabetic, and it's all down to massive stress levels. The other thing that happens when you don't eat your last meal of the day that late, it gives your blood sugar time to come down and start burning fat as well. So every time we eat food, our blood sugar rises and then it comes down. If you're eating processed food, it drops like this. Where if you're eating real food, it comes down gradually, but it allows you to sort of burn fat as you're doing, burn fat in between the meals. So cut out that last meal. Ideally, you want to be having your last big meal. If you can do it in the afternoon, that's fantastic if you've got that luxury. But 5, 6 o'clock really is the latest you want to be having that last big meal. Tip 7, stop snacking in between meals. Okay, I told you earlier I was going to give you another tip where water comes in. Okay, the reason we need to stop snacking in between meals is yet again the reason I just gave for not having the big meal. It's exactly the same. We want time for the blood sugar to come down so we start burning fat. A lot of the time when we feel hungry, we're not hungry at all. We're thirsty, we're dehydrated, and by drinking water, you normally find that those hunger pangs will go away. A lot of the times when we eat in between meals also, it's just habit. It's just a habit to do it because it's so easy to get food in this day and age. But even if you have drunk the water, you're still feeling hungry, what I recommend is some dry nuts. No nuts with salt on or any coating on whatsoever, because yet again, that coating is mostly sugar. So you want to avoid that, or salt. You just want to avoid that completely. But nuts got really good fat content, okay? So really good fat content doesn't increase your blood sugar at all. And so dried nuts, and there's loads of different variations of dried nuts. You can never run out of different types. So my last tip, and that is intermittent fasting. Now I'm going to tell you now, this is a big topic, and I'm going to stick another video here all about why you should intermittent fast as a type 2 diabetic. But I'm going to do my best to explain to you very quickly, very briefly what it is. Intermittent fasting is a period of time where you don't eat. So like for when you go to bed and when you wake up the next morning, that is a period where you don't eat. So that's intermittent fasting. And when you have your breakfast in the morning, that's called breaking your fast. Okay, so that's where it comes from. But the general theory is here, the longer you go without eating, the more time you've got your blood sugar to be lower. And so you've got time to burn fat in your body, which is what your goal is as a type 2 diabetic. Now there's different types of ways of doing intermittent fasting. What you want to do is, if you're going to try intermittent fasting, is you want to build yourself up, maybe go 10 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours. I find for me what works best is I'll have my last meal at 8 o'clock. I'll have my first meal at 12 in the afternoon. And I find that then I've got an 8-hour window where I can eat the number of calories that I want to eat, which is going to keep me with energy and keep me going through the day. Okay, but yet again, watch that video that I said up there about intermittent fasting to get more information on that. So there you are. I hope that was useful for you. My 7 tips on how to lower your blood sugar. Now, I'm going to put a video here of the 10 foods that I eat to lower my blood sugar. See you in the next video. And remember, you're not a number, you're a rhino. Now charge.